Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the next video. I've brought you a really interesting video today, which is about the abandoned hospital environment made by Ladder Studios, by the way. It's very important to note that the FPS is displayed up here, so you can see roughly how this hospital, or rather the interior of this hospital, runs without any upscaling or anything like that. It's extremely detailed. That's very important. But in exchange, at least it doesn't run well, okay? So as you can see right now, it's not really running. It's running at a normal 49 to 33 FPS, and that's not even on ultra, just on high. So if I were to set it to epic, the FPS would drop even more, and then, so on epic, it's at 16 to 17 FPS without upscaling, so if you don't mind, we're not going to look at it like that, but rather on high, and even on high, it's not exactly ideal. It's around 33 to 34 FPS. Now, I'll show you that on medium. It's roughly playable. Our FPS like this is a playable 52 FPS. Again, this is native 4K. It's very important to note that there's no upscaling or anything like that here. Obviously, with upscaling and frame generation, it would run much better. I'd also add, and this is very important to mention, that this hasn't been optimized at all. Basically, someone just threw this together, put it up on the Elérhetőségek Studios website, and you can go ahead and buy it. So this is what it looks like. It's not optimized. There's nothing in it. This is made to be fully photorealistic. What's striking is that if you pay closer attention to the shading here in the background on medium, it's not too impressive, so I thought I'd set it to high. That way the shading and everything else look proper, but in exchange, you'll get 63 FPS. The frame rate isn't locked, so it's basically uncapped. So let's check out the game. By default, it's in third-person view, but if you press the V key, then it switches to FPS view, and guys, it's absolutely insane. Of course, in exchange, that's how it runs. Honestly, there's nothing on this map. You can just walk around and look around to see what everything looks like. This is exactly the kind of game, or I always call it a game, but it's a tech demo that's specifically made to see how quickly you can kill your computer. Not literally, of course, but you get what I mean. So the level of detail here is incredible. Let's take a lap, actually. Let's go this way too, where we came from. You can clearly see that the building is only detailed on the inside, not at all on the outside, so the creator really focused entirely on interior design here, but honestly, hats off for that. So this really looks incredible. Now, I'll stop here for a moment. Just look, there's literally everything everywhere here. Every possible stimulus that exists in the world is basically packed in here. Look, if you look down the hallway here, this ominous, at some point, something happened. It's incredible how amazing it is, what kind of design, and also what kind of geometry and high-resolution textures the current creator used. These are all 4K or even 8K textures throughout. Now, obviously, I can't stress this enough. If you actually want to put this into a game, you'd have to downgrade it a lot, but even then, I think it would still fit perfectly in any game. So, obviously, especially in a TPS view, so in a TPS game, if you downgrade this, it's more than good enough, more than good enough. We can't go in here, yes, well, for FPS, it's perfect. And for TPS, this lighting and geometry is basically overkill. But as you can see here, basically everything. So obviously, as you can see on the right and left sides, for example, the way these things are placed along the wall, this is entirely... These are decals, so this is basically like a sticker on the surface, which gives the effect that things are placed there one by one, but actually they're not. It's just a simple decal. But overall, this furnishing is just incredible. To me, at first glance, it looks like when The Walking Dead first started and the guy woke up and opened the hospital door and suddenly everything looked like this. Somehow, that's the feeling and impression it gives me. Maybe that was actually the inspiration for it. Who knows? Because, the guy was lying in a place like this, and there was this huge bed pushed in front of the door so that when the zombies came, they wouldn't accidentally open it. For some reason, the whole thing just gives me that vibe. I don't know. Let me know what you all think about it. But it's just incredibly, incredibly well done. This fisheye lens effect and everything else you see, this just adds an extra layer to it, something that makes the whole thing. It's called a fisheye lens, which really gives it the kind of atmosphere as if you were actually walking there yourself, or as if the whole thing was being shown through a camera recording. And then on top of that, the way the character moves adds even more to it, so that this movement, together with the camera shake, really makes it feel like you're walking there with the character. Look, so as you go, it really feels like you're walking with the character. Incredible. Really, it's just incredible. Hats off to this. Seriously, every single thing here, every detail, everything is so well crafted and exactly where it needs to be. But at the same time, it's depicted on the screen with just the right amount of chaos, as if something had really happened. And I think, for example, even at this level of quality, or even at a lower or worse quality, this would be perfect for a 3D production, for instance. Used in movies, I think this works perfectly. This level of detail is just amazing. So, for example, if this design were used as a background in a 3D production and someone was standing here on the screen having a conversation with the same lighting, I would totally believe that it was actually happening there or that it was filmed in a studio. But in reality, the whole thing is based on Unreal Engine. So it's incredible, as you can see actually a little bit the track, because that's why I'm going so slowly, and because basically from where we started to here, that's about how long it is. So it's not a big track. In exchange, at least it kills the hardware too. But let me say again, there's no optimization here. They haven't reduced the geometry. They haven't lowered the texture resolution, the draw distance, the shadow quality, the lighting, nothing. So here, literally, nothing has been dialed back. Nothing has been held back. Here, everything is running at full blast. Well, in exchange, the 49... So in this form, you get about 28 to 29 frames per second sometimes. Even without recording, it's not much higher. So without recording, you can safely add maybe 4 to 5 frames per second more, but that's still very little. In exchange, like, you get this quality in native 4K without any upscaling. So honestly, it's incredible. I just thought I'd show you what this whole thing looks like, and that, well, it's available if someone wants to torture their PC. Then on the Elérhetőségek Studios website, it's available for purchase, and the demo can also be downloaded. Honestly, I don't want to drag this out any longer. I'm really trying to record all of this for you in the highest possible quality. I hope you like it, so definitely watch it in 4K. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and if you want to learn RL Engine, where you can create tracks like this and similar ones, plus learn about game mechanics and optimization, then by clicking on this video above me, you can already get started. Thank you very much for your Thank you for watching, and have a great day, everyone. Bye.